let's start with your first show tomorrow. You're nervous, you're excited, you're
Yes, yes. Definitely both. I'm nervous and excited. So, I'm glad it's through OnlyFans since I already talked to a lot of my subscribers. That makes me a little more comfortable. And I have a feeling a lot of them will be really good at putting me at ease also. So yeah, I think doing the interview first is nice. It kind of gets me a little used to being live sort of. So
and have you seen live shows? Did you webcam or anything before?
no, I haven't. It's like first time completely. So yeah.
Are there any nerves, expectation on that end? Like usually with live shows, I apologize. Sometimes you do one-on-one and
Right.
the other person takes out their stuff. Their
Okay.
Would that shock you?
Yes.
Would that surprise you? Would that what?
Oh, like if one of my audience members did?
Right.
Thanks for pointing that out. I never thought about that. No, it really wouldn't shock me, honestly, in this industry, right? So I would probably have to remind them that it is it's a group thing going on. It's not a private show. But yeah, I don't think it would really shock me.
But your live show, will it be just a solo? Will you be using toys? Will you
Oh,
be touching
sure.
yourself? Will you be doing
Yeah, it's solo, and since it's my first, and since I'm so new, I have promoted it as a Q&A, kind of come get to know me kind of thing. So I will start off clothed, and then I'm going to have a fun tip menu behind me, saying kind of what I'll remove for a certain amount of tips to make it kind of fun as we're hanging out and everything. But I have asked people to come with questions. I think that some people are curious; they want to know more about who I am. So I thought that'd be a great way to do that too.
and you obviously when you started, obviously I apologize. I'm guessing when you started OnlyFans, it was for the money, but did you start it for the attention or for the money?
Definitely for the money. Yeah, to be honest, you might guess that with AI coming into the writing industry, that's been really tough. So I used to just have writing gigs like crazy, and I really started to see that go downhill. And a lot of it is because web people with websites are using
Right.
AI to make their blog posts. Anyway, so and I had considered it before. I even signed up years ago, and then I kind of never did it. And I know that I think it suits me kind of well. And so I thought, yeah, I'll give this a shot. And it does turn out to be pretty fun too. So,
And confirm or correct something for me because I'm not that smart like I told you before we started.
okay.
AI writing, in your opinion, or I apologize, when it comes to creativity, is it taking away a lot of a person's creativity? Because if I understand AI correctly, you'll put
Yeah.
in an idea and it'll do like 80% of the work and then you'll do the other 20%. Is that correct? Is that
Right. I think so. I kind of worry about, future generations who are going to be so used to
right?
AI, using it for everything that, yeah, where's their creativity going to go? And, even just knowledge, an ability to write and those sort of things. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan. And now in this
Right.
industry, I get a lot of ads for, use AI to make your videos and your photos. And I really don't want to go there. I don't even filter anything because I never want I just I want everyone to see what they're gonna get. Yes, does that make sense? Yeah.
Right.
I wouldn't want to have something so heavily filtered and then I live cam with someone and
Right.
they're like, oh, I thought you were 20.
Let's see. But I
So
think this is what AI cannot replicate, the human experience.
exactly. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I don't think it's a real great thing, but I don't think we have a lot of control over it at this point. So
And
yeah.
we joke about in the adult business, it tends to thrive upon 20-year-olds. I'll be politically correct. Yet
Sure. Mhm.
the MILFs, and I hate the term MILF, beauty is beauty, is as popular or more. Why do you think that is?
You mean the older women are?
Yes, ma'am.
That's popular. Yeah. Yeah. I've kind of noticed that too. And I've been pleasantly surprised. And maybe that's part of it. What I was just talking about being real, not using all the
Right,
filters and everything. I get a lot of comments of, you're so genuine, you're friendly. And
right,
I guess maybe as women get older, maybe a little wiser, they're just themselves.
right,
And, I don't really want to exhaust myself trying to be something I'm not. So,
right.
but I think there's just, yeah, maybe just maybe they tend to be more genuine. I can't say for sure, but, and well, I don't want to say anything generalized, but for myself personally, as I've gotten older, I enjoy sex more. So, and I think sometimes men sense that, like, oh, you actually enjoy this. You're not just doing it to try to impress me or something like that. Yeah.
And when you open the OnlyFans account, your face just lit up when you said sex. So I'm wondering if when you started the OnlyFans account, you knew you'd be having more sex.
Interesting. Maybe. I mean, it definitely spices things up in life, that's for sure. But yeah, I mean, to do this, especially at my age and, and enjoy it and hopefully make some money at it, I think you have to enjoy that side of life, a fair amount. And
Right.
maybe that's what it is with older women. Maybe a lot of younger girls hop on and think, I'm just going to try to make some quick money, but then maybe they're not really
Right.
enjoying it. I don't know. So, but yes, it's definitely a big part of my life and important. And it has been a pleasant surprise as I've gotten older. I didn't know I was going to enjoy it more, but I really do.
Your OF, had you been thinking about doing OnlyFans for a while? Did one of your friends had an account or something, or how did that thought creep into your head?
Yeah, I guess I just know that it exists, that it exists. And I've been on, there's another site called Panty Deal. And I've been off and on there before. I'm on there currently as well. And so I'm not completely unfamiliar, with these types of sites. Definitely was not as familiar with like a subscription site, but yeah, just knew it was out there. I am a sensual person and I know I give off that vibe. So I've always thought it'd be something that could work well for me.
And had you watched adult material before you got into OnlyFans?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Was there a
Yeah.
particular kind you watched?
Um, I mean, kind of a variety. I will say, I am a little bit bi, so I do enjoy watching women because I actually personally do not have a lot of those experiences. So that's like an erotic thing for me to enjoy. So, and believe it or not, I actually do enjoy sometimes the whole watching a dominant man with a more submissive woman, not in like an angry way or anything, but
Right.
I say, believe it or not, because at my age, on sites like OnlyFans, a lot of, especially the younger men, want me to be dominant. So I do a little both.
Okay, but OnlyFans aside, when it comes to sex, are you dominant or submissive?
I can be both. I will have to admit I enjoy the submissive side a lot. And sometimes I think about that. I suppose I've always felt very in charge of my own life. And sometimes I wonder if that's why, so maybe in the bedroom I'd rather be more submissive. And I guess I kind of like that manly figure too.
Do you know what a CNC scene is? Basically, it's like a kidnap scene or something.
Okay.
Uh, I asked that question because when you're submissive, is part of the turn on for you that, in a sense, you're just giving up everything. You trust the person you're with. You're giving up control. They can basically do, in a safe way, what they want to do with
Right.
you.
Yeah, in a safe way. Yeah, definitely not into any violence or anything scary or anything like that. But yeah, and just that and also almost kind of that caretaker. I don't know if I'm allowed
Right.
to use the word daddy kind
You
of
can
vibe.
use anything you want, lady.
Hey, okay. So yeah, I definitely can get into that. But I play the other role too, and that's also a turn on for me. So yeah.
When you watched adult material, did the thought ever cross your mind that I could do that?
Yeah. Yeah, I will say it definitely has. I think that's probably, kind of what led me here for sure.
And you saw the hot babes. Did you imagine yourself doing stuff with the hot babes?
Yeah, I definitely have at times, yeah. I am very particular about what I watch. I don't like anything to look too aggressive, which can happen a lot in, adult content
Right.
without it even purposefully happening, I think. Yeah. So maybe that's sometimes the thing also about seeing women together is that it doesn't usually look as aggressive.
Hmm. Well, I personally think I've done porn for 35 years, and I personally think the audience of adult material has been numb to a point where, to me, I just love two hot women together,
Right. It's
kissing,
just
making
beautiful,
out,
right?
just doing their thing.
Yeah.
For most of the audience now, it seems like if they don't beat each other up and kill each other, it's not a good scene.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm glad to hear someone else say that because I always wonder if am I only
Yeah.
thinking this?
Now,
Yeah.
I like the dom and sub thing, but to me, it
Yeah.
has to be authentic.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Because prior to doing OnlyFans, had you taken naughty photos or anything of yourself?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I've done like boudoir sessions and things like that. Yeah. Yeah. I've always felt very feminine, always enjoyed being a woman. So yeah, I've definitely done some of that.
Did you do any movies or just photos?
Just photos. Yeah. Prior to this. So mhm.
So it comes time to start OnlyFans. Is it a turn on? Is it nerve wracking when you have to start shooting explicit content? Excuse me.
um, sure it was at first. Yeah, definitely. But now I'm so much more confident in it. So I've been doing a lot of customs and things now. And yeah, it's definitely becoming more and more enjoyable and just easier. I'm putting less pressure on myself. I'm like, oh, did I get it right? And the best thing is the customers that come back and say, that was great. I'm like, oh, thank goodness. So that I know, okay, I'm doing okay. Yeah.
Conscious about it. Were you conscious from a critical perspective? You were conscious, well, I don't like the way my butt looks here, or the lighting doesn't look there, or
Um, yeah, a little of that. And then also, did I get it right? Did I talk enough? Did I not, or did I not, yeah, talk enough or talk too much? Yeah, kind of like, did I meet their fantasy that they're really wanting to see? And then also, yeah, just the nitpicking every little part of me, but now I don't. Now I'm like, it's done and there it is.
and are you
So,
doing just solo material? You're doing boy, girl, girl, girl. You're doing
really just solo. I do have a partner and I have told him like we need to make some couples content because I get a lot of requests for it. People definitely want to see that. So I think there will be some of that in the very near future. Yeah.
the solo stuff. Is it story driven or themed?
Pretty often. Yeah. I've been surprised by that too. And it's been fun. The stories that people come up with, what they want.
Right.
Yeah. So, sometimes I'm the teacher, I'm the neighbor, I'm the mom. So yeah, a lot of story driven. And then, sometimes I'll just make something on my own that no one has requested. And I do a lot of JOI. People say that they love how I talk them into it. So I do a lot of talking. Yeah. But you do have to be creative when you're doing all solo stuff daily.
But how
Yeah.
how long did it take you then to get to the comfortable point where when you started, were you afraid, not afraid, nervous to say naughty words, maybe? And now it's just
Um,
like now it's just naughty. It's just
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. More of like like an uncomfortable, like, ooh, are they gonna want me to say this? Or and I never want to come across as trashy. I want to be sexy and
right.
so there's probably I can't think of anything off the top of my head. There's been a couple times when I've said, yeah, I'll say that, but I'm not gonna say that, or I'll do this, but I won't do that. And yeah, so at first it was kind of like that, but now yeah, way easier as time goes on.
And dirty talk for you, you have a partner, but are you more comfortable with someone talking dirty to you or you talking dirty to people?
I like both. Yeah. Honestly, I think it's much easier to reach an orgasm and especially a good one with some dirty talk going on. So I think it's really important in the bedroom, both ways.
I didn't interrupt you. For shooting content, dirty talk to you is, oh, you're so pretty and I'm so turned on and I want to put blah, blah, blah. Or is it, you want to do this and you're a dirty girl and blah, blah, blah. Which are you more comfortable in?
Yeah, I'd say more toward the naughty end. I like to be called a good girl, but then of course, in role playing, I'm also calling someone a good boy pretty often.
Right.
So yeah, that's the kind of stuff that I like, you need to do what I say and that kind of thing. Yeah.
And the story themes, are they coming from a dominant perspective? Like, are you maybe the boss and you've got the employee who's not working and he's got to do a better job and all that? Is there the teacher
Yeah,
telling the student they have to do something to get a better grade? I'm sorry to interrupt you.
no, you're okay. Uh, Fairly often, I'm thinking more of customs. That's where a lot of like the dominant ideas come in. Yeah, usually it's, you know, where have you been? I've missed you. I need you.
Right.
Yeah. Or I've had one where, someone wants to be like the neighbor boy and they're knocking on my door and they're looking for to make some extra money. So I give them some jobs.
Hmm.
Yeah, things like that. I honestly feel like it seems to me what I'm seeing a lot from like my subscribers and their requests is that they want me to be dominant, but they also see me as kind of gentle and loving, maybe. definitely a mommy type figure or a teacher. Like no one has wanted me to ever be angry at them or anything. It's more of a coddling kind of, I'm going to do this for you.
Right.
I can help you with this. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing mostly.
Okay, but story requests aside, I apologize.
Oh, yeah.
What are your fantasies and stuff that you want to shoot?
Oh, that I would like to shoot?
Yeah,
Yeah,
what's your kink and what gets you going?
yeah, for sure. Well, I think that'll come through more when I get some couples stuff made. I don't have a lot of, fantasies of being on my own.
Right.
So I think the DDLG kink is very hot, to be honest. So and my husband and I we do that a lot. So to be honest, yeah, that's probably one of my biggest ones. And I hope to get some of that put onto my OnlyFans. Yeah.
And we're going to jump around a little bit, but growing up, were you a cock tease?
Um, well, explain that further. Like
Um,
a flirt that didn't.
we'll come back to it, but at some point in your life, you must have noticed you wore something to school and the guys were checking you
I
out.
see what you mean. Oh yeah,
And
definitely. Like yeah, I mean, and you never want to sound arrogant or anything, but yes, from a young age, I knew I had something. Is that what you kind of mean?
well,
Yes,
that
I wore the mini
and
skirts in high school, and yeah,
you enjoy bending over, you enjoy showing them the crack of your butt, something, and you
yeah,
just know in your head you're never going to get anything. It's just not going
yeah.
to happen.
I see what you mean. Yeah. And definitely more as a younger person. I see it as the older I got, I still have that, but it's more of an understanding of the power that I have as a woman now. I think as a, like when I think like a young girl, I was waitressing at like 18, 19 years old. I wasn't as aware of it. Did I wear the short little skirts and everything? And I knew I looked cute. Yeah. But I think when I was like bending over to wipe a table at that point, I didn't realize how much I could be driving someone crazy. Now I know, like, oh, I'd like to drive him crazy, and I know exactly what to
Hmm.
do. So that it's kind of a benefit, I'd say, of still feeling sexy and sensual at 53. So yeah, so I know how to be a cock tease, and I just choose wisely when to use it now. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say.
And where are you from originally?
I'm in Illinois. Well, Wisconsin. I grew up in Wisconsin, born in Chicago, but then grew up in Wisconsin. So
Growing up, did you go to public school, private school?
public. Yeah.
In grade school, do you have a favorite subject?
Yeah, I've always been like a reader, writer. Those were always my favorite things. I mean, when I was a
And
little kid, it would have been like spelling or something.
at that point in your life, did you have any idea what you wanted to be when you grew up?
Yeah, honestly, I always wanted to be a psychologist. I did from a
Really?
really young age. Yeah, but I never did that. But everyone always says I'd be a good therapist. So,
Perfect in this business. Anyway,
well, yeah, I think so. Sometimes I am a therapist to people. Yeah.
um, in high school, were you a popular girl? Were you a loner? Were you a geek? Were you a nerd?
Yeah, I'd say, I mean, yeah, I wasn't into the cheerleading or anything like that, which is funny because people always say, oh, you must have been a cheerleader. And maybe because I'm a happy person or something. I don't know. But no, I was, um, I was a bit rebellious, but very well liked because I was always nice. So, kind of had friends from all the different groups, really. Yeah.
Popular with the boys?
Yes.
Did,
Yeah. I
did,
always had a boyfriend. I always joke that I've had a boyfriend since I was in kindergarten. Like it's kind of sad. I wish I maybe would have had a little alone time at some point, but
did that make the other girls jealous? Were you maybe getting some of the boys paying more attention to you than them?
yes, actually, I think it would be really hard as an attractive girl or woman at times. It's hard, honestly, still sometimes to have good female friends. Um, so when I was younger, yeah, it was the typical high school stuff, like sometimes my good friend wouldn't want me to meet her boyfriend, like that kind of thing. Now, as an older woman, sometimes I blame the husband or the boyfriend because maybe they're gonna look or they're gonna flirt. Now that woman won't want to be my friend. So that's yeah, women can be difficult.
Hattie. Anyway, uh, You see a guy looking at you now, checking out your boobs and stuff. Does it piss you off? Is you cool with that? Does it?
Yeah, it doesn't make me mad. I mean, honestly, like I'm wearing a low cut dress. Like I always think I know where men's eyes go. So I sometimes when women complain about that, I think, well, we need to understand the biological drive of a man. Maybe they're just going to look for a second and look away, or maybe they're going to stare too long. But I mean, if I see someone walk by showing their cleavage, I'm going to take a peek too. So no, it doesn't make me mad.
Um, Back in high school, were
Mhm.
you ever bullied between grade school and high school?
No, thankfully, I've never been bullied. I'm thankful for that. Yeah.
And back then, had you sent naughty photos to your boyfriends?
No, I mean, we didn't even have phones. So no, I never did that. I always think now if, I can't imagine just the trouble I would have gotten into having a smartphone back in the 80s.
But
So,
you mentioned trouble. Was that
yeah.
you rebelling against something?
Well, I suppose I don't know what I was rebelling against. I mean, I will say I didn't have a great family life. So I was just a little like I said, always sweet, always nice. Even when I was, it being kind of wild in school, I'd have teachers pull me aside, this doesn't seem like you. You're so sweet. I'm like, well, I'm sweet, but I have a little wild side. Um, yeah, just I was, I never missed a party, skipped classes now and then, but nothing
Yeah.
crazy. Kind of the normal. Yeah. Nothing was going on in my head where I thought, oh, I have to rebel against this thing. But I suppose that's for a nice psychological dig. We could find out.
You finish high school. Do you get a job? Do you go to college? Do you?
Yeah. So I started off in school and I didn't finish. Oh gosh, I don't know how much personal info I should share, but might as well. Everything else is out there. I got married very young because I was pregnant. So stopped going to school, got married, and that marriage ended after 23 years. So yeah.
Okay.
And I've gone
Sorry,
back here and there, just never really fully completed. So
sorry to hear that. You you're no longer married. Then do you get a job? Do you like?
oh,
I'm
sure.
trying to
Yeah.
put my timeline between there and OnlyFans. I'm
Yeah,
sorry to interrupt you.
absolutely. No, that's okay. Yeah. So I stayed home, actually raised the kids. We had a few kids. And then I got my real estate license right after the divorce. Used that for a while. But I've always loved to write. And real estate was really, just taking me away from the home so much. And I still wanted time with the kids at that time. And so I gave freelance writing a shot. And it was great for a while. That worked out really well for me. It served its purpose while it was there. So, yeah.
And how much of a hot tea slash did you dress sexy when you were selling real estate?
Good question. I mean, I kept it pretty, I like to look business-like, but I also, would still like to show my figure. I probably wouldn't wear a dress like this, honestly, like to show a house, but I might wear, something that covers more, but still hugs the curves a little bit. So it looks sophisticated, but sexy. It's kind of what I tried to go for.
But if you knew if you showed a little more cleavage, you would sell a property, would you show the more cleavage?
I mean, hey, yeah, let's be honest, right? If I knew I'd sell it, I suppose so. Yeah. I
Okay.
didn't have a lot of single men as clients, so.
Um, you no longer real estate. Where do you go from there?
Oh, that was freelance writing.
Oh,
Came after that.
so
Yeah.
you stop real estate. Does something kick in your head? And it's like, I think I should write now. Or like, how does that transition
Yeah.
come up?
Well, I mean, I had, even when I was home with the kids, I had started like a couple mommy type blogs. I've always liked to write. So it was kind of a no-brainer for me. I never knew if freelance writing was more of kind of like, just a dream thing people talked about. But
Right.
then after doing some research, I realized, okay, I could give this a shot. And so, yeah,
Your writing, does it come from personal experiences? Does it come from fantasies? Does it come from stuff you want to do?
mostly personal experiences. But I've also had a lot of, once my name kind of got out there, I've received a lot of samples and things. People say, hey, can you write a review about this? And so sometimes it was like that. But yeah. Mhm.
And when you wrote a review, how important was it to be, I guess, authentic as opposed to trying to make the other person happy?
Oh yeah, that I will admit that that's very hard for me. I don't like to be mean. I'm a pretty just all around nice person. So yeah, that it was hard for me at times to be authentic, I will admit, because I didn't want to insult someone when I know that they're trying to boost their brand and yeah, but some might get a more glowing review than another for sure.
I only asked that because authenticity is so important in OnlyFans, and I was curious as to how
Right.
the authenticity would be in your writing.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess it's a different thing for me, OnlyFans, because they're getting so much more of me, right? Like not just my written words, they're getting
Right.
my personality, my voice, everything so different. Yeah.
Um, how did you get into the photography, the boudoir, and all that stuff? Did you maybe do it for your husband's birthday, like a birthday present, or did?
Exactly. Yeah. That was kind of the first time I did it. And then yeah, and then once I did it, I thought, oh, that was so I don't know what's the word, I guess. Not it makes you feel so good about yourself when you do it and you see the results. And I did it myself. Like I've always just set up my SLR and used the remote on my camera. I didn't go to like a studio or anything. But yeah, it just, as women, we always want to feel beautiful. And more women should do that for themselves. It can make you feel really good.
When you took the boudoir shots, were they all the way to nude? Were they just teasing?
A little of both. Yeah. I kind of like when I do things like that, I like to maybe start off, just wearing something sexy and then little by little as
Right.
you're going through the pictures and then eventually, yeah. Yeah.
Was it harder for you to take the teasing pictures or the nude shots?
Oh, I would say nude shots are always harder. There's going to be more analyzing, of your body and all that. Now, like I said, I've gotten so much more comfortable now, so I
Right,
wouldn't say
right.
that now, but at first, for sure. Yeah. Mhm.
But I would guess like the first couple shoots you did, you would shoot, you'd sit down at the computer and you would be like, oh no, that's not going to work. Or I just need to change that. Then would you go back and do it? In a sense,
Well,
redo the shots? Sorry.
yeah. So what I would do if I'm doing a bunch by myself, I'm just going to take like 100, like, and before I even look at them, because otherwise that would be too time consuming. But then yes, then I'll like, okay, delete, delete. That one looks good. Yeah. So for me, sometimes it's more of the not critiquing my body, but like, did one eye close? The
Right,
other
right.
one, like that kind of thing. So yeah. But the cool thing with like you can be really artistic with things like boudoir shots too.
Right,
If maybe your eyes closed, but your head doesn't have to be in that one. Maybe it can just be a
right,
close up, of the
right.
torso. Like just do some really pretty things like that.
And when it comes to creating content for OnlyFans, how do I say this? Do you think like a woman or think like a pervert?
Oh, that's a good question. I think like a woman. I think so. Yeah. I I tend to think a lot about people's feelings. I don't want
Right.
to hurt anyone's feelings, and um, yeah, I guess I've never really thought of myself as a pervert, so I guess I only think of myself as a woman. I haven't been on a lot of other people's OnlyFans pages. I've
Right.
checked out a couple, um, but a lot of the comments I'm getting and the feedback has made me think that I like that I'm putting out videos on my page, like for my subscribers.
Right.
They can always finish with me, basically.
Right.
I
That's
don't
good.
do yeah, I don't do like little teasers and then say, okay, if you spend some more money, now you can see the full video. I put the full video out there and I've been surprised at how happy that makes everyone. I mean, it makes me wonder, I guess, if there's a lot of pages where that doesn't happen, I guess. So yeah, I guess, and I agree with that concept. Like teasing is fun for a little bit,
Right.
but people want to finish.
Do you remember when you lost your virginity?
I was 17. I was older than all my other friends.
But when you did it, was it a peer pressure thing? Oh, everybody
Yes.
else had did it, so now what are you waiting for?
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of regret it sometimes because I know now, that it was peer pressure and yeah, it was definitely everyone else has done it. So it wasn't enjoyable.
Did you initiate? Did the guy initiate? Were you guys dating? It was all that?
It was more like a friend and I knew he wanted to. So it was, and all my friends were like, oh, you should. And so I thought, well, okay. Stupid and young.
You do it the first time, do you immediately become sexually active or do you wait?
I'd say I was active after that, but it was always with after that it was like with a nice boyfriend. So at least that was nicer.
And were you a hit and run type of girl? You mentioned you had boyfriends, but did you see the quarterback? I want the quarterback. Then you have sex with the
Oh,
quarterback and get rid of him.
I see. No, definitely not. Yeah, I was more of a girlfriend. Yeah, like few boyfriends in my teenage
Right.
years. That would be like a couple years each. Yeah.
Were you checking out girls in high school?
No, no, that definitely it came later. I mean, I've thought about it looking back. I think maybe I had moments where I thought, oh, why do I feel that little twinge?
All right.
But yeah, but then I've just gotten more open about it as I've gotten older and just, like you said, it's sometimes it's just appreciating the beauty. I mean,
Right.
women are beautiful to me. I mean, I feel like a work of art sometimes,
Right.
um, and most women should feel that way.
Well, people ask me, and I always say I'm a lesbian. So,
Oh, you do?
but do you have game when it comes to women? Will you walk up to a woman someplace if you think she's attractive and talk to her?
I do not have game. I wish I did, but I don't. I've gotten on sites before, and my husband's okay with that. He knows. But I don't have a lot of luck there. It's kind of hard to find what I'm looking for. I like a feminine looking woman, and sometimes on those sites that can be hard to find. But yeah, I should practice my game. It's not very good.
But then, if you had a lot of sexual experiences with women,
Oh, just a couple. Yeah, not a lot. Literally two.
uh, we'll do the first one. I don't
Mhm.
know how you met her and all that, but when you guys got to the point, ladies, I'm sorry, when you got to the point of doing it, did
Yeah.
did you get giddy? Like, do you see you get to start taking the clothes off and
Yeah, definitely. And nervous too, because I thought, am I going to know what to do? The weirdest feeling for me was as a woman with a man in the bedroom, you know that you're the star of the show. That's what I would say. Like,
right?
I know I'm the star. When you're with another woman, it was like, wait, who's in charge? Like, who's the star here?
Right.
I don't know if that makes sense, but uh, yeah. So it was awkward, but yet enjoyable. So yeah, it's a very different vibe than being with a man.
But did you understand more how to please the women? Because most women will tell you guys don't know how to go down on them.
Right. Yeah, I did feel like that. Like I did understand that part. And it was very exciting to be able to do that to someone and know that, oh, yeah, I can do that. I know that area.
She's going down on you. Are you
Yeah.
turned on? Are you nervous? Are you anticipating? Are you what?
By the time I got to that point, then it's just a turn on. Yeah, the nerves have calmed and yeah. Yeah. I don't know. One of my fondest memories of it was just thinking how soft she was. And I love men. I'm married, so no offense to men, but yeah, women are just they're soft and yeah, and that's what I like to look at too. I don't like a hard body on a woman personally, but
And to women, were you submissive?
oh, well, that was kind of the confusing part. It didn't feel that way. It felt like we were more equal. Yeah. So,
And with the woman, do you prefer fucking or making love?
do I consider it? Which one do I consider it to be?
No, which would you prefer? Or even with the man, even with a
Oh,
guy or a girl, would you prefer fucking or making love?
fucking. Yeah. Yeah, I think when I don't know, it's hard to remember for sure, but I think when I was younger, I would have said, oh, making love. But now I'm like, no, you need to fuck me.
And
Yeah.
for you, what is good sex? Is good sex you getting pounded for a half an hour and then three times a day? Is good sex a good 20-minute session and then you get to go write a book? Is good sex?
Right? It does depend, on the day and the mood. And if it's too quick, I can feel frustrated because I mean, I'm able to multi-orgasm now, which has totally been a new thing in my 50s, quite honestly.
Right.
And it's fabulous. So Yeah. I mean, it depends. I've always said that there's something to be said for the quickie 5 minute in the bathroom. That's
Right.
really hot too. And there's a time and a place. But then if I've been waiting all day and we're going to bed,
Right.
I hope I get at least a half hour out of it.
But do you have to have sex every day?
Um, Not have to, but we like in my marriage, we have a very healthy sex life.
Right.
Yeah, he always jokes that his friends would just kill him if they knew how often we do.
Right.
But yeah, so more days than not, we do. And I'm usually disappointed if we don't get to. So I would prefer to every day. Yes.
And I'm going to guess you guys have been married for 10 years. I'll just say 10 years. What's the
Okay.
secret to longevity for you guys having still being this hungry for each other sexually now?
Okay. Well, it's only 3 years.
Three
Only been
years is
3 years.
still a
But
long time. 3 years
it
is still
is.
a
And
long time,
we've
don't you
that's not bad, right? And we've dated
think?
for 8. So, and we've been active, since the beginning. Yeah, we talk about that a lot because there is definitely a tremendous chemistry. And I think chemistry can be a little unexplainable sometimes, right? Like, why
Right.
would I have that chemistry with him and not someone else? So sometimes it's luck of the draw, good chemistry, but I really believe too, and I know it probably sounds cheesy, but we're good friends. And I think that a good friendship helps build trust, and you have to have that trust in the bedroom,
Right.
because you don't want to be afraid, like, oh, can I say this? Or is he going to think, I know I can say whatever. I could ask him to be whatever. So I guess that you have to be on the same page. You have to have some chemistry to start with and trust. Mhm.
But without kissing your butt, after 11 years, you guys to be that excited sexually is amazing.
Oh,
It's
good. Thank you.
amazing.
Yeah, I think so too. From, previous experience, I think so too. Yeah.
And do
Mhm.
you still explore a lot sexually, the two of you? Do you still have stuff, like you just said, you don't, because I would
Yeah.
imagine your communication is so open right now as people that you wouldn't be afraid to
Yeah.
say anything to each other, even if it was, I don't want to say negative, but he would
Right.
understand, it is what it is, basically.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the communication is so important. And there are always, gentle ways to be like, hey, that thing you did, don't worry about doing that again. Or
Right.
yeah, or can you do a little bit more of this? And, but I think, did I lose track of your question? You asked, was it about us being adventurous or trying new things? Or
Um, you have this idea to do the boudoir. Very cool. Do you ever kind of mention it in passing with your husband in advance and maybe he doesn't figure it out? So you're trying to see to get an honest, like,
okay.
am I
Like of
making
something
sense?
new I might want to do,
Yes, yes.
like
Thank
that
you.
kind of thing. Yeah. Honestly, I don't think he's ever not gotten it, to be honest. So that's good for me. Yeah, I don't think either of us are very afraid, and I tease him about it in a good way. I'll say, I could say, I want you to be a monkey tonight, and you do it, and that's great. So we both just enjoy it so much, and it's fun, and it's sad, I think, in a lot of relationships, people lose sight that it can be fun. It doesn't have to be work but it takes two people. I mean, there can be
Right,
a
right,
beautiful woman and then her whatever man she's with ruins her confidence. And
right,
then he gets mad because she doesn't want to take her clothes off, but he's ruined her confidence. And I
right,
just think sometimes there's this vicious cycle that goes on between
right.
people. Yeah.
Well, I think the other problem too, and the fact that you like to fuck, opens up the situation where he may not be afraid to ask you to do something without disrespecting you.
Exactly. Right, right. Yeah. Yeah, don't be too gentle and
Yeah. You know,
yeah.
guy meets girl. Whether they say looks matter or don't, they're lying. They have sex the first time. It's ridiculous because the first sex time is usually ridiculous.
Yeah.
But then after that, if the relationship continues, the man starts to worry about, well, I want to say anything that's going to disrespect you. And
Okay.
that to me in a long-term relationship kills it
Mm,
because the sex drive is now gone. The sex drive is going to lead to other parts of your relationship that are going to disappear too.
yeah.
And eventually the relationship's going to disappear.
Yeah, it takes effort and work for sure. Yeah,
And
you
if
can't
you
neglect each other.
right.
Yeah.
Prior to you going all the way, had you masturbated or given anybody a BJ?
Um, Well, good question about the BJ. Would have to really get into the recesses of my mind to try to remember. I don't think I did before, probably a hand job. Um, but yeah, I've always masturbated.
You remember the first time you gave someone a BJ?
I wish I could say I remember it, but I don't. I mean, I remember someone in the backseat of a car, but can't say for sure that was the first time. Maybe it was since I remember it.
That time you remember.
Yeah,
You guys are kissing and making out, doing your thing. He unzips his pants. Hopefully, this big thing pops out. Do you
right.
know what you're supposed to do at that point?
Um, Must have been natural instinct because I think I knew what I was supposed to do. So, and I hadn't really seen much at that point. Yeah, I think a lot of that stuff does come kind of naturally. So obviously, yeah, I must have seen something or had it talked about if I knew what to do.
And did he last very long?
Uh, Hard to remember. I'm gonna guess probably not because I would think if it went on forever, I would probably remember it better.
Uh, at this point, you consider yourself good at giving a BJ.
Good at it? Oh yeah, very good.
For you, what's the secret to a good BJ? Are you a hand person, a spit person?
Um, okay, well, I do believe that I can be graphic, right?
Anything you want,
Not
young lady.
graphic. Well,
Anything you want. That's what editing is for.
okay. You can't just put it in your mouth and just move up and down. Like I like to create some suction in my mouth. I think that's what makes it a better experience. And I believe my partner would agree with that. I much prefer to have someone come on me. I do not love it in the mouth. And now that's going to make some people upset. I don't love it. So, yeah.
But when you give somebody a BJ, you do it to make them happy because you enjoy doing it too.
Oh, I enjoy doing it as well. Because I mean, usually when I'm doing it, I mean, in my case, in my life, it's part of, the whole event, whatever we're doing
Right.
that evening. Yeah. Often that's not what we're going to finish with even because it's just part of it. And no, nothing turns me on more than knowing I'm turning my partner on. Like that's arousing. So if I know I'm driving him crazy, then of course I'm going to enjoy it. Yeah.
Do you ever, what's the word? Know he's going to finish and pull back?
Oh yeah. You mean with sex or a blowjob or both?
No,
Either
with the
one.
BJ, you can sense he's about to
Oh
pop.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
then you
definitely. And
purposely
I love to
stop.
get
Do
them
you to
that
tease him
close.
or, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think that's a really fun thing to do if that's as long as your partner's into it as well. So yeah.
And have you ever used your oral abilities to get something you wanted?
Oh, I'm sure. Can't think off the top of my head something specific, but I mean, women have the power there for sure.
Women have
Mhm.
most of the power, but that's another discussion. Um,
Yeah.
when you have the man's penis in your mouth, do you feel a sense of power over him?
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. And not like it doesn't even feel dominant. It's more like just like the seductive power of I'm everything to this person right now. That kind of feeling.
And you're doing your thing, it's going well, he's hard. Is there a point in your head when your brain almost says, "Will you fuck me now?" Or do you enjoy just keep giving him a BJ?
Um, yeah, well, yes. I mean it kind of depends, but it usually gets to a point where like, okay, now it's my turn. Yeah.
And then at that point, do you want him to fuck you? Like fuck
Yeah.
you? Or is it just like put it in and slowly move and
Yeah. I guess I'd have to say again, it kind of depends on like, how long have we been messing around and yeah, do it. And I have different moods. Sometimes
right,
I
right.
want it to just be like slow, kind of grinding, and then other times like, you need to just tell me I'm naughty, spank me, and get this done.
Because I would guess after 11 years, he can last a lot longer now.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah,
So,
definitely.
so
But
that
I
would
can
make
also
the
wear them
sex
out
better for
quicker
you.
too.
So, but that would make the sex more pleasurable for you too,
Oh
because you're
yeah.
getting more.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I said, I feel like it's this little secret that no one shares with people that it can actually get way better with age. I think when we're younger or people the culture assumes, all the young
Right.
people are having all the great sex, but not, I enjoy it so much more now. Yeah.
I agree with you. I think the only difference is the brain says one thing, the body says slow down.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
So, does your husband shoot all your content with you? Does somebody else do it?
No, I mean, I use my phone. Honestly, I do most of my solo stuff just by myself. Yeah. But I have recently mentioned to him that I'd like to get a good video camera instead of just using the phone now that it's, growing and growing,
Right,
and have
right.
him help me more often, because sometimes it can be exhausting. I have to stop, and move the phone and all that. So probably in the future, he's going to do a lot more of the filming for me, I would say.
Does he watch your stuff?
You know, I don't think he has. I'm glad you said that, because I've been meaning to ask him, like maybe he's watching it and I don't know. But I did ask him recently. I said, what, I should send you one of the videos. And he was like, yes, please. So I just haven't. I'm
Because
hardest on myself when it comes to him, which is silly because I know he would love anything I send him, but I'm my worst critic when it comes to what my husband's gonna see for some reason.
because
Yeah.
I would figure you'd know him so well, you'd make almost a cock tease video, so he'd be ready for you when he got home.
Well, that is just a brilliant idea. And he's going to thank you for that.
30 seconds
I know
long.
I need to do that. I do need to do that. That is something I have been thinking about it. And I suppose sometimes at the end of the day, I've been making customs for people, and then he keeps getting pushed to the back of the list.
Right.
But yeah, so that's something that's been on my mind, to make something just for him, because I know exactly what he would want.
And he
Mhm.
hasn't given you any hint like, honey, if you did this, this would sell. I'm not telling you what to do, but if you wore this, this would really be hot.
Right. It's been more of, I'll say, what do you think about this?
Right.
Tell me as a man, like, what would you want to see, this or that? And then he's really helpful that way. So.
And have you been shooting something and he walked in and just like, what the hell?
No, I'm looking back because I'm in my bedroom, and that's where like everything happens. But I always have my door locked. I'll put like in a meeting on my door. So that hasn't happened. I haven't been bothered. We talk all the time. So he'll know, like, okay, I can't bother her right now.
Um, Long-term goals for this? Do you want to do mainstream adult companies and do all that stuff, but you just want to be an OF?
Yeah, I would definitely like to focus on building the OnlyFans for now, and get that as big as I can get it. And um mainstream hasn't even really crossed my mind at this point. Honestly, it's nothing I've really thought possible for me to do. So to be honest, I haven't really given that a lot of thought. I'm so new to OnlyFans, and just started it late summer really. And just it's growing, like slowly but surely, but it's growing. And I see the possibilities that I can definitely grow it. So
And are you surprised with how fast the OF thing's taking off?
um I suppose maybe, I don't know, surprise is the right word. Pleased. Yeah, I I guess pleasantly surprised, yeah, at times, especially more with just the nice feedback. That's been even more important to me than the numbers. Just that encouragement that, like, okay, I'm doing something right. So that's good.
Yeah, but the feedback being, wow, you're so hot, or wow, you're gorgeous, or wow, you're this. It's great for the ego, but does it help you from a business perspective, or is that too? Is this at this point like a career, or is this just like a job?
No, it's a career now. I mean, I'm not writing at all now, because I want to focus on, and I think that's my problem in the past. When I've considered it, I thought, well, I can't give it enough attention. And I think if you want to grow it and be successful, you really have to do it full time. So that's what I'm doing now. So I do want it to be a career for sure.
Your social media
Mm.
handles, what are those?
Instagram is Genevieve N71. And let's do Twitter. That's a good one. And then Twitter, I'm at Genevieve N 1971. Okay, so OnlyFans is at Genevieve 1971. Yeah, let's see. And Reddit is, my user is Genevieve 1971 too.
Before I forget, you mentioned you do custom videos. What's the craziest request you got for a custom so far?
Craziest request? Um, uh, I've gotten a request that I turned down. Is it okay to
Of
say that
course.
one? Yeah, so that I don't really want to defecate for anyone. That was probably the strangest thing I got. There's certain items that I will not insert into me. Those ones. So I guess the craziest ones that come to mind are ones that I've said, yeah, sorry, can't do that. And I'm always nice. I'll say, I hope you find what you're looking for, but that's just not for me.
Right.
Um, but there's been things I wasn't expecting, some fetishes that were new to me, but that they
Mhm.
weren't, I could do them. They weren't anything bad. But once in a while, there'll be one that I think, yeah, I'm going to be crossing my own boundary there if I do that.
Right.
Mhm.
And sex-wise, do you do any anal stuff, any butt play stuff? Do you like any specific niches?
Um, I do a little bit of that with my partner. Yeah, I haven't really had, I haven't had a request for that yet as a custom. Um, but yeah, and you were asking me about other niches, did you say?
Any type of sexual niches. You like BDSM, you like, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mentioned before I think the DDLG, which I know can be a little, some people are a little leery of saying that, but when it's two adults doing it as a role play, I think
Right,
that's very hot. Um, it's more of a, like I said, a dominant
right.
submissive thing. So, yeah, that's probably kind of my biggest kink right now, something that came on later that I never really thought about even
Right.
just a few years ago. So, but kind of just I enjoy that switching of roles. Sometimes
Right.
I'm mommy and he's the good boy. Sometimes he's daddy and I'm the good girl. That's probably my two biggest fetishes or kinks.
Is there any part of this journey, I know it's been small up to this point, surprises
Mhm.
you, amazes you, shocks you, you did this, you survived it, I don't know, anything.
Yeah, you're right. It has been short, I will say. So there's not a ton. I think just OnlyFans, that specific platform, I think, especially since it's a paid subscription, so their subscribers, everyone's very kind. I've been on like I've been on
Right,
that Panty Nail site, and I do like that site as well, but it's a different. You don't build the relationships like you
right,
build with OnlyFans. Yeah,
right,
I definitely feel like I've made some good friends even. There's a couple of men who just chat with me every day, sometimes kind of just about life and their problems, and I don't mind because they seem very genuine and nice. So that's something I wasn't expecting. I feel respected, honestly. I think people might assume, oh, what a disrespectful thing to do. People must treat you awful on there. But no, that's just there's a lot of nice, lonely people out there.
right.
Mhm.
And your family, everybody knows what you're doing, everybody's cool, everybody's
Nobody knows. Obviously my husband does. But that's why I said earlier, I'm not like desperately trying to keep it from leaking out or anything. If it leaks out, then it does, it's fine. But it's not like something I've sat down and told my kids about or anything. I
right,
have thought as I get bigger that maybe I will so that they're not surprised by it. Yeah. So, but
well,
yeah. Not-
anything you want to say to all of your fans, and yes, you have fans.
well, I'm just grateful for all of them, and I'm enjoying this journey, and I plan to continue doing it for as long as I can.